Ah, yes, welcome back. The duo on the couch this morning have been described as the Irish Amy Poehler and Tina Fey by VIP magazine. That's not a bad intro,
No,
is
it's not.
Now, they've teamed up to write their book, Bride Squad Runaway, which is now available in bookshops across Ireland.
Yes, best friends Caroline Grace Cassidy and Lisa C. Carey join us now. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
Injecting a lovely bit of glamour into
Yes,
the studio this morning.
Only took 7 hours.
Yeah, I know the feeling. We are talking about Bride Squad Runaway, and this is a really important book, ladies, on a number of levels, isn't it, Caroline?
Yeah. I mean, you know, ultimately it's a book about female friendship and embracing, not losing your female friends, and especially the ones you grew up with, you know, the ones, because, you know, we've been friends since we were 12.
Yes.
And how important it is.
8 years. That's
Yeah, listen.
Those 8 years past. Nothing special.
Yeah.
But just how important it is not to let those friendships go and to really work at them. And, you know, that was the whole reason I think we started to write the book, was to embrace that.
And I read in your notes, Caroline, I think it was you that said, your oldest friends know you the best and they have all the dirt on you. And it's so true, isn't it?
They know the unfiltered, unguarded you.
Unglossy.
And they also know where all the bodies are buried, so, which is always a dangerous thing, you know?
But you've been living abroad for quite a long time. I mean, presumably you guys still keep in touch. Did you go and visit? Do you come home? Do you go over there?
Yeah, I come back. Like, I was born and raised in Dublin. So I've been living in California for the last 25 years.
Wow.
I moved there in the early 90s. So, you know, back in the day, we all kept in touch with, like, physical letter writing and all that. You know, like,
Those
you know...
were the days, huh?
Yeah, like the snail mail.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then, thank God, the internet came along. So, I mean, Caroline and I probably talk about 50 to 60 times a day, I'd say.
No joke.
But how did the writing process work then?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'd been, so obviously, you know, I'd be out to visit her in LA and she'd be back. So we'd always been, I mean, Lisa's a creative director and a copywriter. So, you know, we'd always be bouncing ideas for either screenplays or novels or whatever it is around. So these three characters we'd always had in mind for the last couple of years, I suppose. And then we just decided to pitch it as a novel to Black and White Publishing, and they really liked it and they went for it. So then it was a case of, Lisa, like say, tennis. You know, we were literally just batting it back and forward.
Yeah.
So I'd wake up at 7 a.m. when she would send back her versions, and then vice versa.
But did you split it down in terms of characters? Did you say, well, you write that, or did you take chunks of the book, or what way did you... Like, you do a draft, then I do notes on that and we rewrite.
No, it was improvisation. Do you know what I mean?
It literally was.
Scattergun, I think is the terminology.
It was to explain a little how we worked it. I mean, like Caroline said, it was like writing tennis.
Yeah.
So we knew these characters inside and out. They were based on, you know, our own lives and
Tell us about the characters, Lisa.
So there's three main characters. Ava O'Hara is approaching 40. She's got her whole life mapped out in her head. She's got this rock star fiance. She thinks the world of him. She's got the happily ever after all figured out.
And let me guess, let me guess what happens here now. Does he do something?
Well, the thing is, Simon has a bit of a problem with
his name is Simon, not you.
Oh, good luck. Because I was going to ask you, these girls based on real characters in your man's...
Simon, Simon has some monogamy challenges, let's just say.
Monogamy challenges, he's a cheat.
And what happens is it's a shocking revelation on her big day. She's dreamt about all her life. And not only is it an absolute humiliation for her in front of all her friends and family who are showing up at the wedding, it is on national radio, so it goes viral and it's on social media.
Knows about it.
Everybody knows.
Yep.
And then really what happens is her two best friends, Lauren and Kate, kind of swoop in and take her off on this crazy, wild Irish road trip down to Clare. And it's all about what happens over that. You know, they're kind of estranged. They've all gone their different ways in life. And it's really about...
And then we're going to throw in an ice cream van and two rogue guys come in as well. So it's not only for the women. There's two good men in
there's
it.
Lots of good lads in it too, And it's really about, like, the real love story here, I think, is the friendship between the girls and how they've drifted apart and how important it was for them to kind of refine both themselves, I think, and their friendship. And it's just a lot of crackle on the way.
I think we're trying to look at social media as well, and how when you lose touch with your friends, you start to think, oh, I know what they're doing, because you're looking at their Facebook and their Instagram and their Twitter. Well, we all know none of that is really real. So, you know, and sometimes I find that friends who don't see each other are kind of talking to each other via Facebook and Twitter because I want her to see that. I want her to think my life is like this and that. So just trying to break down the crap that is, you know, a lot of social media in this as well, I think.
Of course.
It's amazing that the social media thing, it features in everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, in our TV shows, in novels, in any current story. It plays a huge part, doesn't it?
It is a massive part of our life, and you know, I'm glad that my generation didn't grow up with it. Thank God, you know. I'm still trying. Like my daughters are like 11 and 7, and I'm still like the 11-year-old. I'm still keeping her away from it all for as long as I possibly can. And like I say to her, you know, she's a very clever kid, but I say, do you want everything to follow you around all the time? And I said, when you get home from school, you can pick up your Mallory Towers, you can pick up your, you know, and just forget about what everyone's doing. So thank God she's clever enough to go, I get that, Mum, To
know the importance of a good book. This is your 7th novel, Caroline, so congratulations.
Thanks,
that's incredible.
7th.
And as a screenwriter, I think this is probably a great marriage between the two of you. The profits of this book are going to a very special place, Lisa.
They are. They're going to, we're donating all our own, myself and Caroline's royalties, to the Sarah Jennifer Knott Foundation. And that's a foundation that we set up in 2016. I lost my youngest sister, Sarah, to cancer of unknown primary, which in 2015, which is a very rare type of cancer. Basically, to explain what it is, it's like they can never identify, an oncologist can never identify where the cancer started. And then when it travels, you know, you just never know where it started. So it's kind of like a shot in the dark.
And she was very young.
She was very young. She was 29 when she was diagnosed, and she was 31 when she passed away. But what happened was when she was diagnosed, what we found was there was just no information out there. Back in 2016, about 600 people were in Ireland were being diagnosed with this. So we just wanted to do something about that, and so families like our own wouldn't be left with just no information, didn't know where to turn. So we're just doing everything we can to raise awareness, educate people about it.
Trials?
Yes, and the really good news is there's a new clinical trial open now for cancer of unknown primary. So if any of the viewers out there have any family or friends who've been affected by cancer of unknown primary or have recently received a diagnosis, they can get all the information they need at sjkfoundation.org.
That's fantastic.
It's huge news for us, and it's a huge breakthrough for this. So we're
another good reason to buy it.
It's brilliant.
Ladies, thank you for coming in and sharing your time.
This is the holiday read.
I'm going to crack on your holidays.
Chuckling to yourself on the sun lounge. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Now, coming up after the break, our makeover winner, Ciara Reid, will be on the catwalk in Bloom for her big reveal. See you back here in a few.